Welcome back to another episode, and in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to edit icons and take already made icons or icons you find on cool websites in Sketch, and take those icons and just edit it up a little bit and just clean it up so that you can use it in your apps. All right, so the last time I was working on one app and I was looking for icons, and then I went online and I found some icons that were good, but the thing was that the size of the icons were not the same. Like once I import those icons into the tab bar menus, it's like either too large or too small and not sharp, and then that took me a long time to figure it out. So I know this can become a major concern if you're making apps and you don't want to spend time trying to learn how to make icons, or going through Adobe tutorials on how to make icons, and just that long process and that long journey. So what you can do is you can go online and find some already made icons in Sketch, and all you have to do is just change the dimensions and you can export them. And once you're exporting them, you're going to export them in 3 sizes. So you have the 1x, the 2x, and the 3x. The reason why you want to export them in this 3 format is that you have the older generation iPhones and you have the newer highly pixelated iPhones. So if you just use any icon and just put it in your app, it won't be like the same quality on all iPhones, and it won't be sharp. That's what I mean to say. You won't have that sharpness in that image. And the icon plays a huge role in how the users will see and feel and use your apps. So if you see really cool icons, it's really interesting and it's really engaging, and that's what I want to do in this video. I want to take those icons that have already been made and replace them with more modern cool-ish kind of icons. So in this video I want to show you how to do that, and let's just jump straight into it. All right, so in our last video we did the slide up text field, and so what we want to do now, just gonna go to Safari, and once you search for icons, search for food icons, you might see so many icons that you like, but I found this guy's icon, this guy called Significa, or these people, or this team. So this is all okay. So this is all his work right here, and this this website here, Sketch App Sources, this is where I found these icons, and I really like these icons. These icons are really nice because it's like minimal and it's like thin, and once you see the icons, you don't need description or a label to tell you what that icon is. Like you can know that this one is camera, this one is image and stuff. It's easily understandable, or how will I put it, it's easy to figure it out. So in our design, we don't have any words to describe the icons. So this one, although this one is good, but it kind of looks a little bit old. So I just want to change a little bit something in it and then make it look more modern. So I just like these icons and I want to use it, and I want to show you guys I want to show you guys how to find icons and edit them if you want. So what you're going to do is just download this, and I've already downloaded it right here. And once you download it, you're going to open the folder like that, and yeah, you can see all my homeworks there. So just gonna click the sketch file and it's gonna open that for you like that. I'm just gonna clear all this right now. I'm gonna put a link to download this file in this Sketch App Sources, so you won't have to search. All right, so this is the stuff in Sketch, and you can see these are the icons, and the icons are looking really nice. So what what you're gonna do is just select one icon. Let's say, let me just bring this out here. All right, so we need a home, we need favorites, and we need this one is categories, this one is favorite, and this one is profile. So you might not have all these things because you didn't create the icons, right? You downloaded these icons from somewhere. So you might not have all these things here. So what we can do is we can substitute an icon for, let's say this one that is home. Maybe I can use this one for the home, and I'll use this for the categories, and then use this one for the favorites, and maybe use this one for the profile. But this icons is like relatable. So where I don't have like this one, I don't have this one here, this time icon here, I don't have it right here. I can maybe probably edit this one to if I take away this handle away from this magnifier, let me just zoom it a little bit. So this is a magnifier, right? If I take away this handle and probably find how to use this plus sign and maybe take away this part, and then maybe put this angle right here, then it's going to look like a time, right? So the first thing you're going to do, right? Let's use this for the home. You're going to select it like that, right? And you're going to come to this part that says make exportable. Just click it like that, and then it's going to bring this thing up, and you're going to see a plus sign like this plus sign. Just hit that plus sign. So you want to add 1x, 2x, and 3x. So hit it once and make sure you hit it again. If you hit it again, you're probably going to delete this one, but just come up here and hit plus again. So you have 1x, 2x, and 3x. Although I don't think you need 1x, because that's meant for like the iPhone 4 and maybe iPhone 2 or something. But the older generation iPhone, what you want is this iPhone 3x at 3x, because this one will support the newer iPhones like iPhone 8, iPhone X, iPhone 7. So you want to export that, and the name of that icon is journal, like that. So you want to export, and I'm gonna select my desktop, and before I export that, I'm gonna make a new folder like that, and I'm gonna name this AVR underscore icons like that, and I'm gonna create, and I'm gonna hit export like that. All right, so let me just get that folder up right here. That was the one I was looking at before. So you're gonna go to your desktop, and we named it flavor icons like that, right? So let me test this icon and see what we have. So let me just get my Xcode right here, then select asset .x. I can never say this thing. I can never say this word. It looks like cassette. It sounds like cassette. I want to say cassette, but this is asset.xc assets. Yeah. Whenever I see it, I just always think it's cassette. I don't know. It's just crazy or weird. All right. So yeah, this was the one I was testing earlier on. So you're not going to have this. I was just testing this earlier on. So I'm just going to delete this. Delete that. Yeah, delete that. All right. So this was the previous icons, and I'm just going to get my favorite icons, the one I just created right now. I'm just going to drag everything like that, and I'm just going to drop it like that inside there. And remember that the name of the icon is journal, right? Okay. So I'm going to select. So I want this icon to appear on the home tab. So once you select your home, this is what I'm saying, right? this is where we are. The home. Now let me just get this right here. Okay. Let me just get this. All right, this is where we are. The home, the categories, the favorites. All right, so this we are at the home. I want to change that home icon to this journal icon. So in this home storyboard, I'm going to come to this item scene right here. And this item scene is where I have this navbar, and I also have this item right here, the star item. So this is the icon that is on the tab bar for the home section, right? So I'm going to come down here where it says selected images. I'm just going to select, what was the name of that stuff again? It was journal, right? Okay. So I'm just going to come down here to selected image. I'm going to type journal like that. And I'm going to select this bar item like this. And I'm going to type journal as well. And I'm going to run it. I'm gonna log in, and it takes me to the home screen. Oh wow, see that looks okay. That looks good. But I want to take this word that says item. I want to take that away, right? So I'm gonna come back here to this bar item, and this place that says item, I'm gonna delete that like that, and I'm gonna run it again. So I'll see what I have. I'm gonna log in, and that looks good. That looks very nice, right? But I want it to come to the center, right? Because when I took the item, the word away, that item word, you can see there's a space all the way down here. And if you see the design, in the Sketch app, you can see that this icon is somewhere at the center, right? So what I'm going to do is, move it down a little bit and then see if I can make it stay at that center. All right, so this is what I'm going to do, right? I'm going to come back to this Xcode, and I'm going to, while I have this tab bar item selected, I'm going to come to this ruler icon, this size inspector. And in this place where it says image inset for the top and the bottom, I'm going to add 5 right here. And let's just run it and see what happens. So I'm just going to do that real quick. All right, so you see what happens, right? So when I say 5, it kind of like pressed it from the top, pressed it all the way down. So what I want to do is take away that 5 from the bottom so that it can stretch out like that. So when I said 5 at the top, it brought it down 5, 5 inches, or what, let me say, it added 5 to the distance it was before. So I want to take away that 5 from the bottom. So just gonna subtract 5 here, and I'm gonna run it again. I'm gonna log in like that, and you can see that looks good, right? That looks nice. Okay, so I kind of want it to be a little bit bigger, like, because if I look at my Instagram app, right? Let me say, okay, I don't know, I don't have a screen capture, but if you look at this Instagram, you see, okay, this is my Instagram. Let me make sure that I don't have any funny stuff on my Instagram. All right, but if you look at this Instagram, right? Let me just show you right here. If I can get this thing to focus. Yeah, you can see this icon is really large. If you observe it, you can see that it's really, really large. And you know, I just want it to be as big as that. I don't want it to be small like that, right? I want it to look like that. I'm just using Instagram as an example, like, okay, so I'm just using Instagram as an example. If you look at Instagram, if you look at all these other apps, you will see that the icons are not small, they are a little bit big, and you don't have those words there because the icons are much more, descriptive enough. All right, so what I'm going to do is come back to the sketch file, right? And I'm just gonna, so these are the icons that were made, right? Because I'm gonna be editing it, right? I'm just gonna copy it like that with Command C and bring it down here because I don't want to touch these ones. I want to leave these ones the way they are in case I do any, mistake. I didn't create them. I want to go back and just have the same thing. So I don't want to lose them. That's what I'm saying. So I'm gonna paste it here. And I'm going to increase the height and width to 22 like that, 22, and then make sure I lock this thing, and I'm going to export it like that. Okay, now before I export it, I want to give it a different name, right? So let me just cancel now and just come to this folder here where it says journal. I'm going to select it like that, and I'm going to name it home like this. All right, so now it's going to say export home, right? So I'm going to export home like that, and I'm going to, because I previously have flavor icons folder selected, I'm going to export it like that, right? So I'm going to drag it to my Xcode. So just get that here real quick. I don't need this one again. I move it to trash. All right, so I'm going to select this one like that, and make sure I have my XC asset like this, and I'm going to select that folder. I'm going to drag 3 of them like that and drop it inside there. So I'm going to go back to that home scene and select that tab bar item, come back to this attribute inspector, and I'm going to select home like that, and I'm going to select home like that. Now I'm going to run it. Log in, and now that looks large enough, right? That looks large enough. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to change these other icons, right? And then add some icons to the navbar. Is it navbar? Yeah, it's the navbar. Sometimes I kind of like mix it up, the navbar and the tab bar. Just know that the just know that the navbar is at the top and the tab bar is at the bottom, and you can add all those things. So let's just change all these ones, right? So I need something that looks like this, and I need a favorite, and then let me just get that stuff real quick here. So I need this one for the, gonna Command C, right, like that, and right click here and paste like that. And I'm just gonna move it like that. Okay, so I also need which one? I need this heart like this, Command C, and I'm gonna right click and paste it like that. And then I need this one for the profile, Command C, and then I'll paste it like that. Okay, so what else do I need? Okay, let me just start with these ones. So what I want to do is I want to make the height the same thing with this one, 22, 22, right? Because this ones are 20. So select this one, and then I'll make it 22 like that. Then I'll lock it like that. And this one is saying meal, so I'm gonna change the name to categories like that. enter, and make exportable. I want to click this plus sign like this, click it again, make sure you don't hit the X. If you hit the X and you lose the 1X, just hit the plus sign again. Okay, so now next thing I'm going to do, export categories, and I have my folder already selected here, and I'm going to export it like that. I'm going to do the same thing to the heart, select the heart, and then I'm going to make it 22 like this, 22, lock it, and I'm going to change the name to favorites, enter, and I'm going to make it exportable. I'm going to add 2x and 3x, and I'm going to export it to the folder I already created, export, and then I'm going to do that for the profile, make it 22, 22, lock it, change the name so that it's gonna, I'm changing the name so that it's gonna rhyme with what I have, you know, in the design. So I don't have, you know, I'm not like confused, you know, like what is custom, like, you know, finding it hard to find it, right? So I'm gonna name this profile like this, hit enter, and then I'm gonna export it. I'm gonna add 2x and 3x and export profile. So now let me just see if I need other icons, right? The other icons I'm gonna need something like this, and I'm gonna need this search icon, or this magnifying glass icon, and then this time, and then I need something for the easy, and I need something for the serving, right? Because this is the number of servings, and I'm gonna check. Let me just enlarge this. Okay, so I'm gonna check, like, you know, I need this time, and then I need this one, and then I need this favorite, and I need this back, right? So I have the same icons here in the category open and the recipe open. So I need the time, I need something to show the difficulty, you know, either it's just easy, moderate, medium, or hard, and then I need something for the servings. So I'm not going to start creating this thing because right now that's going to, you know, probably take some time. So I'm just going to substitute this, and, you know, substitute this as well, right? Because I really like these icons. These ones are really nice. So okay, so let's get that on the side like that. Okay, all right, so let me just see if I can remember. I need a search like this, Ctrl C, and then paste it like that, and then I make this 22, and then I'm gonna lock it, and then I'm gonna make sure the name is search, and I'm gonna export, add 2x and 3x, export it to that folder like that. You can see it's already getting large. Export that. Okay, so that, and then I need this back button, right? Yeah, I need this back arrow icon. So paste it right here, and then make this 22. Previous, I'm gonna change the name to back because I like back. Sounds easy to remember. And make it exportable. All right. So, okay, so I have something like this as well. Copy that, yes. Paste it like that. So you already get like the, you know, the whole process. You know, you're just gonna change the height and width, and, you know, change the name. Let me just leave that notification, and just export it. Make sure you select 1x and 2x and 3x, and, you know, you just have everything in the folder. At the end of the day, I'm just gonna drag that folder inside the Xcode project. All right, so the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find out how I'm gonna create this this time, right? And I'm gonna need something for the difficulty and the serving. So difficulty, let me see what would be good for the difficulty. This one would be good. Let me just use this one. And paste it here, and then I'm gonna make it 22 like that, 22, lock it. And I'm gonna change the name to difficult. Make sure I have caps lock. Difficulty like that, if I can spell well tonight. And then I'm gonna export it 2x and 3x. I'm gonna use this for the serving. Control C, Command C, I mean, paste it there. Change the height and width like that. Okay. And I'm gonna change the name to serving. And I'm gonna export it. Now make sure you hit enter right here. So it's gonna save that. So you had 2x and 3x. Export that like that. All right, so now I want to make the time icon. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to select this like this, bring it down here, paste it here, and I need this arrow stuff, right? I'm going to paste it here. So a sketch is similar to Xcode, right? In the sense that if you select an item, it's going to show you the folder for that item. And now you can either increase the folder so you see what it has inside. So now it's showing me the icons, right? It's showing me this circle one and then this handle, right? So I don't want this handle, right? Just delete that like that, right? It's gone. And then I'm going to increase the height and width so that it's going to be the same size with approximately this thing. So I'm going to make it 22 and 22 like that. All right, so now I want to make the hour and the minute hand for the time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this plus sign and make that, right? So let me just zoom in a bit. So I need this thing. I'm going to select it, and right here, just make sure that, oh, okay, just come here, open the folder like that, open the icon, select the vertical one, and you can just move all these things around. You can see if you move them around, it's going to be like this. Will reduce it like that, and this X2 will, you know, move it like that. So basically you just want to do something like this, right? And you select the second icon and you can reduce it like that, right? Just fiddle with it a little bit, and then maybe if you do this like this, you know, you can give it an angle like that, right? So now what you're gonna do is just select it like this, and then probably reduce it to like 18 by 18, and let me see, just drag it into this circle like that. As you can see, that's still big, right? So I'm just gonna put it like that. Select the vertical icon, and I'm gonna reduce the height. Nope, not that one. Nope, not that one. Yeah, that one, like that. And then select the next one. I'm gonna reduce the height as well. No. Okay, that looks nice. I'm gonna reduce it like that. Okay. Okay, so now we just made ourselves a time icon, right? So it's not looking the same size though, right? 22 by 22. Okay, it's 18 by 18. So I want to make it 22 by 22. So Okay, so it looks a little bit good like this. So next thing you're gonna do is I want to drag this plus, because I edited the plus sign. I want to drag into the circle, right? So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna minimize that like that. Then I'm gonna put it inside this search like that, drag it down like that. So now it is inside the folder containing the circle. So now I can move the stuff around. I can move all the whole thing around. So this is what I'm saying, right? I can move it around like that, right? So when I select it like that, I'm gonna do, let's say maybe 24 by 24. Okay, that looks good. And then I'm gonna lock it, and I'm gonna say select it like that, and I'm gonna say time. I'm just gonna say time like that, and then I'm gonna export it. Select 2x and 3x, and then I'm gonna export it like that, and I'm gonna export it to the folder. All right, so these icons are probably enough right now, but you can just see how you can do it. If you want icons, you can just get just download some icons that look real nice and just change the height and width and export them to 2x and 3x basically. All right, so next thing I'm going to do is to import all those icons into my Xcode. So select my XC assets. I don't need this one, so I'm just going to delete these two things. It's probably going to give that storyboard a little bit problem because it cannot find it. All right, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to drag this folder, this flavor icons folder that has all the icons we edited and created, into my assets. So just drag it like that. Okay, and I don't need that again, so let me just close that. All right, so next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start adding all these icons to the respective places. All right, so just get my sketch file. Okay, I'm gonna need this for reference. So where was I? Okay, I was trying to change this. Okay, so I have the home here. The home is fine, and remember I added 5 to the top and took 5 out from the bottom. So I'm going to go to the categories, and in this item scene, select this item scene, and select the item right here, and I'm going to come to the attribute inspector, and I'm going to select categories, and for the system selected images, I'm going to select categories as well, like that. So what's the difference between this selected images and this one? This selected image is the one that will show when you tap the tab bar. So once you tap the icon, this one will show. So that's why this one was orange and this one was gray. So instead of leaving this empty, I'm just going to use the same image for when you tap and when you're not selecting. So that's the difference between this selected image and then this one. Then I'm going to come to the size inspector. I'm going to add 5 right here, and I'm going to subtract 5 here. I'm going to run it to see what I have. I think I have that item there, yeah. Okay, take that away. I'm going to stop this guy, run him again. Let's make sure you take away that item. Right, so now I have that. So I want to do the same thing for this ones. All right, so I'm going to go to the favorites and select the item scene. Select the item like that, and I'm going to select favorites, like that. And I'm going to take this item away, hit enter, make sure you hit enter. And I'm going to add that guy. Then go to the size inspector. I'll add 5 here, take 5 away, like that. And let me quickly do the same thing for the profiles. Come to the profile storyboard, select your item, and clean that. Hit enter. Select your selected images, profile, hit enter. Select your image right like that, profile, enter, and gonna center it, add 5 and then subtract 5 like that. Now I'm gonna run it. I'm gonna try to be a little bit faster so this video doesn't end up being like an hour. So log in. Okay, so now this looks really nice. I like it like this. It looks really nice. But you can see that I want to make it this color. I want to make it this orange color once it is selected. So this color is, I'm gonna select that color like that, and I'm gonna come down to this fill like this, select that, and I'm gonna copy that color like that. Just hit Command C like that, and then I'm gonna return back to the instance like that. Okay, so I want to change that color in this tab bar. I don't want it to be this blue color. I want it to be that color I just selected right now. So I want to make this in the tab bar. So where's the tab bar? Well, the tab bar is in this tab bar menu storyboard. So you go to the tab bar menu storyboard and you go to the tab bar controller like this, because this is the tab bar controller. And this tab bar controller has the tab bar, and this is the tab bar. Now, I want to add runtime attributes. So this is, you're going to come to this identity inspector, and then you're going to come to this runtime attributes area like this, and you're going to hit plus, and this key part, you're going to type tint color like that, and the type, you're going to select the type and come down to color like that, and then the value will change, right? So you see these things for selecting colors. So now I can, select all these good things. I'm just going to come to this sliders like this, and I'm going to select this hex color and then paste that color. Okay, so just paste it like that and hit enter and close it. Alright, so next I want to add the color for the unselected items, because this one is for the selected items. So I'm going to hit this plus sign, then I'm going to say unselected item like that, and tint like that, and then color like that. Hit enter and change the type to color, and I'm going to change it to, I want it to be this color, right? This iron. Now I'm going to run it so I see what I have. So what this runtime attribute does is it's going to change the color of the tab bar icons during runtime, right? So it's not going to be that default. So log in. Yeah, that looks really good. That looks so nice. I just like that. All right, so the next thing I want to do is to add the navigation items to the nav bar. So I'm going to come to the object library, and I'm going to say navigation item. Yeah, I'm going to say navigation item. I'm going to select that. I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to drop that like that. Now it's going to give me a title. Now in this navigation item, I want to add a bar button item. So this navigation item is for the title like this. See the title like that? So the navigation item, we have the title and other things, and then we have this bar button items. So I'm going to change this one to this title. I'm going to select that, and I'm going to come to the attribute inspector. I'm going to call that FLAVR like that. And then I'm going to add a bar button item like this. Select that bar button item. I'm going to put it right there. And this one has the notifications, right? So for the item, I'm going to select the image is going to be notifications. And then I'm going to add one more bar button item to the right. And this one is going to be search like that. So now you can see that the tint is blue, right? So I want to change the tint. So I'm going to, so who owns this navbar items? Is the navigation controller, and it's the navbar. So the navbar, I'm going to change the tint. So I'm going to come down to this view portion, and this place where it says default tint, I'm going to change that default tint to let's say something darker. And let me just run it and see what I have right now. All right, so that's looking good, right? Okay. So the next thing I'm going to do, I want to add this stuff to the favorite. So just going to add a navigation item, and then I'm going to add a bar button item. So let's do that real quick. So come to favorites, and I want to clear this. Let's see, navigation item like that, and I'm going to put it like that, and I'm going to change the name to favorites like that. Okay, so I'm going to add a bar button item. Bar button. Why am I having caps lock? All right, so this one's going to go to the right like this, and I'm going to change the image. It's going to be in the attribute inspector like that. So I'm going to change the image to search like this. I'm going to run it so I see what I have. All right, so that one was the favorites. So okay, so don't forget to change the tint. So come to the nav bar and change the tint like that. And so let me do the same thing for the categories. And navigation item like this. Check my design. Categories, okay. So there's gonna be categories. And then I'm gonna select bar button item. I'll drop it on the right side like that. And this one's gonna have the search icon. So select search like that. And then don't forget to change the tint of the navbar, the default tint. Change it to that color. And do the same thing for the profile. Okay, we don't have the profile right now, but yeah. So later on, once you create this recipe open table view controller, can start adding all these icons. But yeah, this is pretty much it. This is a good place to stop right now. So let me just run it and see what we have. Damn, I have 9 warnings. Okay, all right. So log in, and you can see this. Okay, that looks okay. All right, so let me see those warnings. It says prototype cell. Okay, I know this prototype cell. That's for the table view. Now it says image and title are set. The attributes are mutually exclusive and the title will be ignored. So what is it trying to say? It's trying to say that the title is conflicting. So just come down to this. I know where that error is coming from. Come back to the favorites and go to the okay, just select the item like that. And once you select the item, you're going to come to the bar item and then take that item name away like that. Make sure you take those item names away. I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm going to select the icon and just take those items away. Okay, so saying that since you have the image, you don't need the title. So just take all those items away like that. Now the error should reduce down because it was 9 before, right? All right. So you want to keep your errors reduced because you don't want to just leave all these yellow warnings and then at the end of the day you want to start like debugging all the whole stuff like 20 errors or 50 errors. I try to make it at least 10 or less than 10 or less than 5 so that it will be easy for me to take care of that. All right, so this is looking good from here. So in the next episode I'm going to show you guys the API I found for getting recipes, and this API is cool because it has the instructions and it also has the ingredients. So some APIs will have just the ingredients or they would have just the instructions, but it's not complete. So I'm going to show you this API and I'm going to show you how to make a class that you use to in a way get data from that API, which is the codable class. So this codable class is going to be used in the network stack or the network class that we're going to write. So in the next episode we're going to move in and start writing some code. So I just wanted to do all this setup and just get everything out of the way so that we can just start coding. So in the next video I'm going to try and do something different, and I know there's a lot of tutorials that just go straight into code and just start typing code, but I want to give you guys a little bit of something that's like a way to remember the code or the algorithms even if you don't remember the whole code. Yeah, so the thing is not to remember the whole code line by line, but if you know what each line is doing, then you can so even if you go look it up, you can see or understand what the code is doing. And if you're trying to rewrite it again by heart or something, you can remember what each line does, even if you don't know the exact line. Okay, so enough of talking. In the next video, we're going to go straight to APIs and writing the codable class. So I want to say thank you guys so much for watching this video. And if you like this video, give us a thumb up, so if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you have a better suggestion on what you're seeing, just leave that in the comment. I'll be glad to learn from you, and everyone can also learn. And also, if you are new here, make sure you subscribe because more videos are coming out. And I want to say thank you guys for subscribing and supporting me. My haircut is not that bad, right? I just want my hair to be warm.